Hola, espero que todos estés bien. I'm just wanting to check in with all of you guys, and I hope you guys are doing well. You're staying safe, staying healthy during this crazy time. The teachers and the administrators are all working really hard right now to make sure that everyone is staying on track. And I know that we all have so many questions of what is going to come, etc. But for right now, I'm told that I'm not allowed to assign any new tasks. However, that anything that was assigned prior to the cancellations are still expected. So please know I'm going to be very lenient for anyone who does not have access to internet or a device, and that the dates are being extended to after we return to school on our homework tasks, okay? I would also like to add, though, I would hope that you would spend about 20 minutes working on Spanish every day during this time, at the very least. If you are able to complete any of those homework tasks, get them in and I'll update Infinite Campus. If you guys have any late work, missing work, please get that in also, and I will, again, update your grade book or your grade in the grade book. And so the best way to do that would be to email it to me at mason.magagna@laramie1.org. So thanks. So as far as enrichment or remediation go, remediation is, you guys, if there's something that you were struggling with up until this point, I think you have tons of other resources. You can get onto VHL Central, which I'm going to talk about here in a bit, and access old things. But for everybody else, I wanted to talk about what enrichment opportunities there are. So on Canvas, you guys will go over to the modules tab, and there should be a new tab labeled Aprendizaje Digital or Digital Learning. I will be updating every page, or the page every other day, with some new articles pertaining to our units that we are studying, as well as some new songs. And as you know, the news is currently exploding with articles on COVID-19. So there's going to be articles from the BBC Mundo, from El País, and other news sources like that. That I'll be putting on there. It'll have the title of the article. You just click on that and it'll take you to the link. And these are free articles. You won't have to pay for anything. If it tells you that you need to pay for something, just go back and don't do that, okay? Please consider challenging yourself to read in Spanish, especially those of you who are planning on taking the IB exam. All of that is up in the air right now. We don't really know where that is at the moment. We're waiting to get further direction from the IB, as well as those of you considering taking the AP test next year. Please look into those, okay? Or please be reading and things like that. I'm certain that you guys have a lot of background knowledge on everything, and so a lot of science terms are actually cognates in the other language, so the reading shouldn't be too difficult, okay? The Canvas page is already loaded with an app called Flipgrid. I'm going to be updating that and trying to integrate that into one of these modules. The one that says hablar for standard 2 is interpersonal speaking. So I think it would be really fun to do a video chat on here while we're practicing distancia social. There will be a prompt on there once it goes live. Please respond to the prompt in Spanish to practice your speaking. I promise you that I'm really going to be the only one listening to your language use. But I would like to challenge you guys to also all be on there using it kind of like a digital forum, and go and ask each other questions about what one of the other students said. So obviously, I think our first topic will have to be mi rutina en cuarentena, or my routine in quarantine, where we can just talk about what we've been up to over this past week. Yeah. You guys also know that Senor Woolley is always a resource. I've added 3 nuggets for Spanish 3, and I will be adding 3 nuggets for Spanish 4. For sure, it's part of the Billy y las Botas sequel, as well as a different module for each level. So like level 3, you'll be getting an extra nugget, and then level 4, you guys will also be getting a different one, okay? Um, I think that's really important for you guys to sort of have an escape from what's going on. And I think that Senior Wooly is kind of crazy. Um, so, you can escape the current craziness by entering into that crazy world, right? And again, these are just recommendations from me for you and your parents, okay? On VHL Central, you guys will also have some grammar and vocab and reading activities. There's also some listening activities that are assigned on there. I think that this is really important for you guys to keep on practicing, whether you're doing AP or IB or just level 3 or 4 right now. This semester, we have an interpretive listening GVC for both levels. And or a listening test. And so please practice on those. I realize you may not have your grammar notes or your verb passport with you because those are locked in quarantine in the classroom. So challenge yourself the best that you can. But I promise you can just do a quick YouTube search, go on there and type in like how to conjugate the present subjunctive or conditional tense in Spanish or future tense in Spanish, whatever it is. And if you are unsuccessful with finding a guide for that, just drop me an email and I will find a resource that's valid that'll either explain it, or even on VHL Central, there's a tab when you click on each of the grammar points. So like, for example, Spanish 3, you're working on 3.3. And so if you click on that, it'll have a link for you to watch a person explain to you how to conjugate the present subjunctive, or in level 4, working with the past subjunctive. It'll be under lesson 7, and then it's grammar point 7.3. So yeah, just let me know if you have more questions. Some of you have been on Quizlet, and I noticed that you guys have been studying our vocab words from this quarter. Just so you guys know, I added fourth quarter vocab words to both classes. Spanish 4, you have all the lists for lessons 8 and 9 because we're kind of combining both of those for fourth quarter. And then Spanish 3, you guys have all the animals. It's a huge list. I think it says like 140 terms or something. But it's animals and nature. Flip through those, get some new vocab in your minds, and you guys play the games. Let's make learning fun right now while we can. There's so much that we can do in 2020 that previous generations didn't have access to. So I'm excited to see what comes out of all of this, even when the news and everything else seems like it's dark, right? So let's see, Duolingo is another great resource. I've been actually getting updates that many of you guys are on there practicing. Good on you. I have even started my streak on Italian once I found out that schools were going to be canceled, because I didn't really want to lose my mind while practicing social distancing. On there, though, you guys can work on whatever you want while recycling old vocab, practicing new vocab, practicing new terms, whatever it is. Just get on Duolingo and, I don't know, practice. I'm, again, recommending about 20 minutes of Spanish every day, okay? And I don't know, maybe for those parents out there watching this, maybe you also download the app or create a profile on Duolingo, and maybe you guys can practice learning together. Another resource that I've heard from another teacher at East, she's recommended Babbel. I really don't know a whole lot about it, but I think that, well, she really liked using both Babbel and Duolingo because Babbel's focusing on the grammar versus Duolingo's kind of vocab heavy, right? So yeah. And now the hot topic, right? What's going on with your grades? So as for grades, right now I'm going through the assignments that you guys have been sending in via email. Thank you, and continue please sending me whatever emails you guys have or documents that you guys have. But I will be updating Infinite Campus this afternoon as well as tomorrow morning. again, the other day we were told that we had to go in between 7 and 10 and grab whatever we could. I went in and grabbed everything that I had turned into me. So by tomorrow around noon, if your grade or whatever your grade says, that's what I have. Okay. And feel free to email me or whatever after that. Sorry. Please submit all work through email though. Nothing new is going to be assigned for credit, but these activities are going to keep you working in Spanish, so that you don't forget it when you get pick up and get back to what we were doing. You guys will rock your GVCs and yeah. So please email me with whatever, okay? So mil gracias a todos. I hope that you guys are staying safe, you're inside, you're healthy, and I'm always an email away from you. And I hope that you guys reach out if you need anything, please. So thanks, and we'll be in touch.